Alon, Wasalon, you with the nasty pastor, and I'm back with another chapter read from Ramses, the son of light. Give me the son of light. We went over that chapter, at one of these readings, these past readings, you know what I mean? And it's true. Ramses' family, you know what I mean? They pray to the devil, they worship the devil, that's how I'm processing this. And I do have a reading coming up this year, this year. I can't give you a definite stamp of the date, but this year, I have a reading coming up about the Egyptian gods. And, they go through the gods. And we have learned a lot on this platform right here, Ramses. And I'm hoping it will enlighten us a little bit more. I've skimmed through because I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I don't know if I wanted to be an extra. I don't know if I wanted to make it a reading, a platform reading of itself. But however I'm gonna get this done, you know what I mean? We're gonna process this, we're gonna bring some light to this, and we're gonna bring a lot of education to those that don't understand what a god and a goddess is. You know what I mean? This really gonna stamp a lot of things, and that's why I say don't let nobody tell you who you are. You don't let them nobody tell you are nobody, because it's a fickle-minded person. It's an ignorant person that don't know who they are. You feel me? You live on this earth, you walk in this earth, you listen to things, and you don't realize how intelligent you are, how intelligent you can be, how your voice can reach the masses, your ideas can be a successful tool in any community. You feel what I'm saying? Not just the black community, in any community. Look, let's dive in. And we're still in chapter 14. Excuse me. Each scribe appeared before the high priest and gave a succinct accounting of his recent activities. The master reminded them that they should have respect for words as their raw material and model their speech on the teachings of the sages. When the ceremony was over, Sari congratulated his former student. I'm proud to have been your guardian. In spite of what your detractors say, you seem to be following the path of knowledge. Never stop learning, and you will become a man of consequence. Is that more important than being a man of truth? Come on now. Which one you think Ramsey really was? Of consequences, right? Look at how he ruled. Look at how he ruled. Look at the lie that was told about the Battle of Kadesh. I want to be the man of truth. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to lie to you about nothing. Yeah, I'm not the most good at two-shoe person. I'm not the most smartest person. I'm not a genius. You get what I'm saying? I know how to think. I know how to process. I know how to sit back and look at things for what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Not what I want it to be. It's easy, to conjure some things up in your imagination and say, this how life's supposed to be, and this how life should go, and this, that, and you need to go find you a piece of land to yourself and build the United States or whatever country you want to build on your land. You get what I'm saying? And then you can run it as you want to run it. But this is a world of, let me say it again, this is a melting pot of different ideas, different cultures that clash every day because of culture, and it shouldn't even be that way. You understand? I'm not gonna say there's a thin line, but there's a line of respect that just should be given. I mean given. You should know not to overstep these boundaries. And that's the thing about me, you know what I mean? There are some things I want to really say. There are some fingers I really want to point. There are some stuff I really want to do, you know what I mean? I'm not joking with you when I say I want to erase a demon breathing. I'm not playing with you, I'm telling you the truth. You get it? But there's a boundary that I must adhere, if that's the right word. Let me say this. There's a boundary. Instead of me trying to use some old fancy words for you, you know what I mean? I'm going to say yield. YIELD. There are boundaries I have to yield to because of whom I pray to, because of the respect that whom I pray to. What would be the right word? Want me to follow. You get it? Want me to follow. Need me to follow, so whom I pray to would never take eyes or hands off of me. Come on, let's get back into this. Is that more important than being a man of truth? Sorry was affronted. I thought you were finally settling down, but maybe the rumors I hear are true. What rumors? Strange stories that you're tracking down a missing chariot driver, that your private secretary was injured in an assault. There are more than stories. It's best to leave these matters in official hands. The police have more resources at their disposal. They'll get results. Believe me, you are too busy. The most important thing is for you to live up to your title. A private lunch with his mother was a privilege that Ramses duly appreciated. Besides playing an active role in the government and performing the daily liturgy, the great royal wife was left with very little time for herself or her family because of her countless court obligations. In the soothing shade of a pavilion, low tables had been set with alabaster plates. Tuya, fresh from a meeting to choose an elite women's choir for the temple of Ammon, wore a long pleated linen gown and thick golden collar. Ramses had boundless affection for his mother, mixed with a growing admiration. She was a woman beyond compare. Despite her modest birth, she was a born queen. Tuya alone could both inspire Seti's love and help rule his kingdom. Now, Tula was a, I know you've heard of Tuya. Because I've even came across some information about Tuya, and I can't say she ruled it wrong. I can't say she was not a woman, a alpha woman. I cannot say she wasn't. You know what I mean? I really can't. On the menu were lettuce, cucumbers, and a prime cut of beef, goat cheese, a round honey cake, smelt wafers, and an oasis wine cut with water. The queen enjoyed this break in her day and never permitted outsiders or favor seekers to join her. Her private garden, nestled around a tranquil pool, was as much a part of her nourishment as the meals that her staff composed so carefully. How did things go on your trip to Jebel El Sicilia? I lived the life of a stonecutter, then a sailor. I learned to respect those men, but neither life was the one for you. My father did not wish it. He wants to see you grow. Do you know of his plans for me? You're not eating. I don't understand why I have to be kept in the dark. Do you fear Pharaoh or trust him? My heart knows no fear. Then throw your whole being into the struggle ahead. Never look back, have no regrets or remorse. Steer clear of envy and jealousy. Come on now. This is a woman. You understand what I'm saying? This is a woman breaking down some things to her child. You get what I'm saying? If I'm following this correct, this is a woman breaking some things down to her child. You never to be jealous. You get what I'm saying? You never to be envious. Those are sins. You understand what I'm saying? They're sins. You get it? I love that woman. Count each second you spend with your father as a heavenly gift. Nothing else should matter. The prince ate his beef, perfectly grilled and seasoned with garlic and herbs. A great ibis punctuated the flawless blue of the sky. I need to ask a favor. The police won't help me. That's a serious accusation, son. I think it's well founded. Do you have proof? None at all. And that's why I've come to you. I'm not above the law. If you demand a real investigation, it will happen. Right now, no one seems interested in finding out who tried to have me killed. And no one will name the businessman who put the seal of inspection on second-rate ink and pass it off as top quality. Even to royal scribes, my friend Amanai almost died when he discovered the factory. When I got there, it was closed and the neighbors and are scared to talk. That means someone important is involved. So important that everyone's petrified. And you think you know who it is. Ramses was silent. I'll see what I can do. To your promise. That's the end of this chapter 15 read. Yeah, chapter 15, right? Let me hold on. Hold up, let me back this up. Yeah, let me go right here. Yeah, that's the end of this chapter 14 read. And I just want to say this to you again, you know what I mean? To give you a spoiler, I believe Shanad, had done this. I really do. I believe it's Shanad doing this stuff, you know what I mean? And I'm very eager, very interested to finding out what happened to Shanad. We hear about Ramses, we hear about Seti, the dad. You know what I mean? We hear about the mom, but there's not a lot of information I've ran across about Shanad. So I'm wondering, you know what I mean, somewhere because see, Shanad is next up. You get what I'm saying? Next up to rule. Yes, he's grooming Ramses to you know what I mean, become Pharaoh, but your oldest is next up. And it goes down the line. You got what I'm saying? It goes from your oldest child to your youngest child. Don't matter if you're a woman, don't matter if you're a man. You know what I mean? Your arrival into this world place you in a list of heirs to the throne that your parents are ruling upon. So I'm very eager, like I say, I'm very interested in finding out what happened to Chanel. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who really knows what this dynasty of ours would have went on to be? Sometimes, you know what I mean, you are sent to do evil things to people at an early time. You get me? To people at an early time because of the future. You get me? Because of the future. Look. You've been with the nasty pastor, you got what I'm saying. I just given you some very enlightening information, and I hope you could take what you're hearing and apply it into your life in the name. You get me? In the name. Because see, your baby you having may go on to be a president 20, 30 years from now, so they're going to ruin your child's life now. You get me? Now. Pay attention to the signs. Like I said, it's the sign of times. Pay attention. I'm out and I love you.